Hey everyone, Jengar here. So today we're looking at the premium P-61A-1 Black Widow. One of the planes I've been looking forward to a lot. I really wanted to fly it out. I was super hyped for this plane. So I finally got my chance today. I went out and I flew it in realistic battle and in arcade. And we're gonna take a look at how this plane did, what its strengths are, what its weaknesses are, and what I did to try to get a performance. I'll see you in the match. Hey guys, so here we are in the match. Now we have been trying to climb. We reached 2800 meters with a lot of trouble. Going very slow, so the battle has been going on already. We've been climbing to the side, getting some altitude, and we're looking as to our best course of action. This is a very heavy plane. It's called a heavy night fighter. In reality it was used with some good efficiency, but in game I have some serious doubts about this plane, because I have been trying to fly it as a fighter, but you can forget about it because this is a night fighter, but there is no night, you know. In War Thunder there is no night here, so you have some evening missions and some night missions, but you almost never see them. So the biggest strength of this plane as a fighter, it's concealment, and radar is they don't have it. And it's a very slow plane, a very sluggish plane. It's like a brick in the air. It doesn't turn, it doesn't climb, it doesn't maneuver, or with great trouble. And in realistic you have to operate the guns, the turret yourself. So it's difficult to make this plane work. It's painful, and you're not gonna have a lot of fun with it. I've been looking forward to this plane, the Black Widow, the P-61, famous plane. But it's been a disappointment for me so far. Also, then if you can't use it as a fighter, which is very difficult, maybe we can use it as a attacker. Well, the problem is you only have 20 millimeters, and it's not gonna have a lot of effects on heavy and medium tanks. Although I haven't tried extensively, but so you're mostly shooting at soft targets with this plane and trying to get your research points and stuff that way. It has some good power in that sense with 20 millimeters and 800 ammo on this plane, which is very nice. And I'm still getting used to it. This was one of my first missions and immediately one of my better missions as well. Here to take it. I was trying to fight it as a fighter a few times, but I quickly gave up on that in realistic battle. In realistic battle you can forget about that, because this plane does atrocious as a fighter in realistic battle. So trying to operate it as a ground strike vehicle had some better results for me, as you can get some ground kills and you can get people to bury their plane in the deck as they try to dive on you. You can also use the gun to effect, and the 20 millimeter guns on enemy targets is also quite nice. But there isn't a lot of characteristics that this plane has that you can write home about. You know, it isn't even fast. No, it may be fast as a heavy fighter, but against all the oppositions you have, the normal single engine fighters are 60 to 80 kilometers faster than you. They will always catch you. There's no running away. And I've even broken my wings in some combat maneuvers here and there. We do get this guy, also an attacker, and I hit something vital apparently. I didn't get a critically hit, but he crashed into the ground, so nice air kill. And while checking the enemies above us, we'll continue to ground pound. Downside, of course, for ground pounding in this plane is that this version, the premium one, doesn't have any bombs. It is just, it's the designed night fighter version, I guess, but it doesn't have any bombs. So, and as you see, very sluggish to turn around, and you have to be really careful not to crash into the trees. But yeah, its guns are great, and if you practice this a little bit with this ground strafing with this plane, I'm sure you can get very efficient, and with the 800 rounds you can definitely do some work. Only what I've noticed, and that may be a temporary thing, but there is a lot of fighters anticipating the this plane. They are anticipating. We had about 3 or 4 of these planes in several other matches that I had, and there were fighters waiting for us in the places with a lot of soft ground targets. I don't know if that's a separate, if that's a temporary thing. Maybe it will be, but it is a reality right now, and it made my job even more difficult. You know, people know that people love the Black Widow, and they are just waiting for the P-61s to arrive at the targets where they can do a lot of damage. And I guess more people started to use the plane like this because people realized that as a fighter it sucks ass in a major way. I can't paint this picture any more pretty or beautiful than it is, guys. I know many of you looked forward to this plane. I did as well, but it's a brick, and it is a lot of pain, a lot of blood, sweat and tears to fly. And this is a good match. This was one of the good matches. I mean, and yeah, I wasn't satisfied with this match, but hell, this was one of the good ones. God damn it, man. Yeah, no need to pitch up. We're already stalling out, trying to use the guns. Yeah, we already get shot to pieces. But I'm not that practiced with these kind of planes that I can steer a plane and shoot the guns at the same time. So 14 ground targets, 1 air kill. Hey guys, so here we are in the arcade match. Now, you may ask yourself, well, if it sucks in RB, how about arcade? How does it do in AB? Well, I can tell you the flight model, of course, like all planes, has been normalized a little bit, and it turns much better, it rolls much better, it climbs much better, and does much better overall. We get this guy, vaporize him. Of course, the turret here works by itself, which is a nice feature. Because that's very difficult to make it work. The turret doesn't have depression, so you want to imagine a line slightly above your middle central line of gravity in the plane, and above that you can shoot pretty much at anything, but below that you cannot hit anything. So planes attacking a P-61 will always try to come slightly from below, so that the 450 cals cannot dip down, and it will, you know, avoid it altogether. And I've seen that happen a lot, especially in realistic battle, where you just don't get the guns to work. Yeah, it's just a nice gimmick, but it doesn't do anything. But in arcade you don't have to shoot these guns, so I can attack this fighter and shoot with my turret at the same time, which is quite nice. I'm trying to run away here. I've got three planes behind me. I don't want to crash this plane into the ground as we're quite low. So I'll let the gun do its job. I'll lose my flap there. And we're trying to then try to get allies to help me out. We get shot on fire. But the fire goes off as we as we lowered the engine to the engine throttle to 0. Quite nice, so we'll continue to fly for a little bit. And that's nice. In arcade I have a much better record than in realistic with this plane. You can actually use it as a heavy fighter and play with it in that sense. Dive on people, try to climb and such. And it's a much more powerful plane because of it. I was thinking about landing here and repairing, but I thought, fuck it. You know, to be honest, I wasn't enjoying this plane too much. Because I just had done 11 matches in realistic battle, and I had won 2 matches of those 11, and I died in all of them. You are a target in a realistic battle, and a serious target, and you are... If people know what they're doing, you're also a helpless target, because people can just approach you from below, and the whole turret with 450 cals does nothing at all. So yeah, it's been a bit of a frustration, this plane. In the meantime, we are approaching this Yak 1. And we're gonna try to shoot him out of the sky. There he goes. Very nice. He decided to turn straight in front of our guns, which is great. And in those 11 realistic battle matches we had 6 kills, 11 deaths and 32 ground targets. 11 games, 2 wins, 18.7% win rate. 18.7% win rate in realistic in this thing. In arcade I played 4 matches, and in those 4 matches I had 13 kills and 4 deaths. So I also died every single time. So also the arcade players are very well aware of where you should attack this plane. But I got a little bit better kill death ratio there. So that's nice. And I won 3 of the games in this plane, including this one, with 75% win rate in arcade. As you see, it rolls better, it dives better, it climbs a little better, it's more maneuverable. So you can actually do something with this plane. It's not a brick like in realistic battle. And the turret is also worth something here. That's nice. Now let's see, there's a lot of planes on the central airfield right now from the enemy, so we want to go there. I was trying to loop over to the right, but the plane didn't want to turn because of the damage. Didn't want to rudder turn that way. I was like, alright, I'll turn the other way. Alright, hold your horses. Spitfire crashes into the ground. Yak 3. He seems to be yeah, he crashed. We've got a 190 incoming. Let's see if we can shoot him to pieces. Or 20 millimeters. Yes, firepower of this plane is quite nice. There's never any doubt of that. The firepower is fantastic with 420 millimeters. All centrally mounted right below the pilot, slightly behind and below the pilot. So that's quite good. We have a BTD incoming, but he's been shot down. We've got an A36 incoming. I'm trying to turn underneath him. And a Corsair. He shoots off my wingtip. This plane can take a beating, that's for sure. It's still flying with the wingtip off. And it's still even pretty maneuverable. It doesn't want to list to the left necessarily. Trying to go for a head-on with this guy, but we get shot from the left by an I-185. We got 6 kills and 1 assist in this match, and we win this match. I'll show you the scoreboard. So we finished it off with the premium F4. We got 6 kills with that one and 1 ground target. Going for a 12 kill game in total. With 90,000 Silver Lions and 3,500 research points. We didn't get any other rewards, but I had a good match there. And even did well in the P-61. Hey guys, so here we are after the match. I wish I could tell you that this plane is fantastic in all modes. But it's not, it really is a split bag, because in a mixed bag. Because in realistic this plane is atrocious. I cannot tell you how much irritation and frustration I felt in this plane. 11 matches, 9 lost, 2 won, 18.7% win rate, 11 deaths. I died every match, even in the ones we won. 6 kills, 6 air kills and 32 ground targets. Well, you know, a frustration already. You know, I'm a fighter pilot, I want to shoot down planes. I don't care about ground targets. But I did have some ground targets, about 3 per match. And I had about half a kill per game. But the frustration of this plane is immense. It doesn't do anything very well. Maybe ground pounding. It can ground pound, but it doesn't have any bombs. This version, the premium version, doesn't have any bombs. So it's not a ground pounder per se. But you can use those 20mm in that sense. Turret control combined with flying is difficult. And the moment you take control of the turret to shoot somebody off the tail, you fly straight and you pretty much have a good chance to die. You can make some turns, but it's very difficult to keep the gun in its operating status without really being able to look and aiming the gun at the same time. It's just a nightmare. You know, it's a gimmick. The guns, the 450 cals on the roof, it's just a gimmick in realistic battle because you cannot make it function properly. At least I can't, and I'm not an expert with attackers, but I had a horrendous time with this plane in realistic. Now on the other side we have arcade. In arcade the plane was a lot better. I flew 4 matches of which we won 3. I did die every match, but I did have much better results. I had a 3-to-1 kill death ratio in that and went much better. As a fighter you can actually use this plane as a heavy fighter in arcade because the roll rate is much better. It climbs at a decent rate now. And it can turn a little bit, you can maneuver a little bit, enough to throw off most people, and the guns fire automatically, of course, so you don't have to worry about that. And that can help a lot in maneuvers in combat, where you have a plane on your 6 and you're maneuvering and those 450 cals are shooting at him. You can bet your ass he has to make extra evasive maneuvers because of all that fire at him. So yeah, it gives you extra chance to outmaneuver people with this thing. So you can play around with it and have fun with it in arcade. So to sum it all up, if you're an RB pilot, don't buy this plane. It is not worth it. It is not worth the frustration. Even though I know many of you like the Black Widow and some of you might be tempted to buy this thing, don't do it. You have one in the regular tree. See if you like it with that one and make a decision after that, because I think it's atrocious. You may have another opinion. Try that with the other one, and if you like that really much in realistic battle, then you can buy this one. But don't buy this outright, because I can say with a 80% certainty that you will not like this plane. If you're an arcade flyer and you like attackers and you have a love for the Black Widow, I can definitely recommend it. You can make this plane work in arcade. The flight model is that much adjusted, and the guns work automatically in that sense. You can have good scores with this, and if you fly it out a little bit more often, you can get better scores than what I had in this plane. 6-to-1 before 6 kills before I died. So yeah, good for arcade, not so good for realistic. That's my conclusion. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye. Hey, so I hope you enjoyed the video, that you learned something there. If you are already a subscriber, don't forget to like the video. You know, those likes really make a difference. Do leave me a comment. You know, I always look forward to the comments every day. And if you really feel like helping out today, make sure to share the video with your friends and let them know about the channel. If you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button, become part of this community. I really love to have you aboard, and don't feel shy to leave me some comments. I always try to respond to them. So again, I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.